Welcome back, guys. I'm now at the stage I'm putting my sink into my kitchen area, and I've gone through the route of buying just a single cold feed tap, and with that I'm going to use a submersible pump. But it can be confusing on how you connect the tap and the pump together. I have done a previous video on the first van that we've done. I'll do another quick video now, show how simple it actually is. So when you've got your tap and your pump, you need to connect them, so when you turn the tap, the pump works. So I'll do a quick diagram now of how it works. So the simplest way to do this, actually I'll tell you what, I'll do a drawing, it makes it so much easier. So there is my power supply, which is my switch panel up there. So switch panel. So off there I have a positive and my negative. So my negatives connect together behind the switch panel, and then they go to the earth block. So positive, do a quick sketch of a tap. That's not too bad, to be fair. Well, a drawing. So the positive and the negative off there, and then I've also got the submersible pump, which kind of looks something like that. So pump, tap. So you've got your power supply, your tap and your pump. So the positive connects to the positive of the tap. So they're both positives. And then your negative from your tap goes to the positive of the pump. So you connect them, and then the negative from the pump goes to the negative power. It literally is that simple. It's just one big circuit, and then that is pretty much your switch, which turns it on and off. That's how it all works. It's very simple once you know how to do it. So power supply, your positive, connect it to the positive of the tap, the negative of the tap, connect it to the positive of the pump, then the negative of the pump goes to the negative of your panel or your battery or your buzz bar, whichever way, wherever you've got all your negatives going. So now I'll use some wire blocks wherever I'll put them, because before I connect any of this together, and see it's all loose, I want to make sure it fully works. So I'll just use the wire blocks now. I do want to get this wiring all set up properly up along here, so it's out the way of the water and more secure. On the tap, they're both white, but one of them's got a black line, that's your negative. So I'll connect these now. So the positive coming from my switch panel is now connected to the positive of the tap, and now the negative from the tap, and now the negative of the tap I've connected to the positive of the submersible pump. So now I just need to connect one more. Now the negative from the pump is now connected to my negative, which is going to my switch panel up the top there, which is then connected to all my negative outgoings. So this now should work. So if I switch on main power, everything is now come on. Now if I turn on the switch, blower, fan, wherever I put my tank, freshwater pump, fresh water pump is now on. So this should be connected in some water, but it should start making a noise once I turn the tap on. There we go. Don't want to do it too much because there's no water in there, so I don't want to damage it. But that is all you need to do. So now I know it all works, I can connect the sink and then connect all the wires properly underneath here, just so they're out of the way, make that all tidy. And there we go. So I'll run through this again. Your main power supply, the positive, connect it to the positive of the tap. Your negative from the tap then goes to the positive of the pump. Your negative of the pump then goes to the negative of your switch panel. That is the simplest way to do this. So that is the simplest way of connecting your tap and your submersible pump together. On the previous van I did use a shore flow pump, but it was noisy. This one I've just shown you now, it was a bit of a noise to it, but once it's in the water and it's hidden underneath, you can barely hear it. But the shore flow pump, if you had the tap on slightly, say if you're brushing your teeth or whatever and you just want a bit of water, it chugs the water out and it's noisy and everything vibrates. It's not good if you only want a simple setup. And for the price of it as well, £65 I think I paid for it, just the pump on its own. Yeah, I couldn't justify it for this van. I don't know how much they are now because I didn't even bother looking for them. So I went straight for the option that I went for with a submersible pump instead. Much easier, much cheaper and much quieter. So that is the route I went down. If you do have any questions or if you're still confused, then drop me a message. I'll happily show another diagram if it helps, but that is the easiest way to show how to set them up. Straightforward. So I hope that helps. I'm now going to connect the sink to my worktop, then set up the pump in the water can and put the hose on that as well, connect the hose to the tap.